the issue of the economics of it. Dahil meron nga po tayong mga mayayamang at libreng alternatibo sa buong range ng renewable energy. Samantala kung nuclear energy, wala naman po tayong native deposits ng uranium, plutonium at iba pa. Lahat po yan ay i-import ng ating bansa. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Salamat kaayo,
And I
Mr.
did not,
President.
and just to be clear, I did not mean to cut off the lady from Panay.
Yes, Mr.
I just wanted the timeline, Mr. President,
Yes,
because
yes,
I also
I
have an
understand.
important speech to deliver. Thank you.
Thank you.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. President. In fact, upon standing here, I was going to manifest that following on some of the points earlier raised by the minority leader, and also with the advice of the majority leader, in the interest of time, I was simply going to convert my questions into a brief manifestation out of appreciation for the privileged speech of the gentle lady, also from Panay Island. So for the record, Mr. President, briefly, I appreciate very much, gentle lady from Panay, the emphasis that you and Senator Cynthia Villar gave to the planting and maintaining of the mangroves. And in fact, I am about to refile my bill from the previous Congress on a coastal greenbelt program. Nang ibig sabihin lamang po, Mr. President, ay yung pagtatanim or pagmimentena ng isang 100-meter thick na bakawan, yung mga tamang species ng bakawan sa bawat coastal area sa buong archipelago natin para nga maproteksyonan yung mga coastal areas natin laban sa mga storm surges. And lastly, in my brief manifestation, Mr. President, gentle lady from Panay, gusto ko lang i-follow up just one step forward, at least tatlo dun sa maraming importanteng issue ni race ni Senator Legarda tungkol dun sa posibilidad hindi man ng rehabilitation ng Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, kundi yung pagkonsidera ng paglunsad ng isang nuclear energy program. The gentle lady from Panay mentioned the issue of safety standards. And I think it will be interesting once talakayin itong privileged speech sa relevant committee, i-review na at in their time, yung mga nuclear power plants na nagkaroon ng aksidente sa 3 Mile Island, sa Chernobyl, at sa Fukushima were the top of the line. And were observing ostensibly the highest safety standards, and yet nagkaroon ng ganong klaseng mga aksidente. Pangalawa, Mr. President, Senator Legarda brought up the issue of
Adaptation.
No. Also about nuclear energy, Mr. President, the issue of the economics of it. Dahil meron nga po tayong mga mayayamang at libreng alternatibo sa buong range ng renewable energy. Samantala kung nuclear energy, wala naman po tayong native deposits ng uranium, plutonium at iba pa. Lahat po yan ay i-import ng ating bansa. Opo, napakamahal. And last but not the least for this afternoon, Mr. President, binanggit po ni Senator Legarda yung usapin ng nuclear waste disposal. Dahil hanggang ngayon po, wala pa rin pong mapatunayan yung mga siyentipiko na epektibong paraan at ligtas na i-store na walang panganib ng leakage ng mga nuclear waste. Nuclear waste that, as Senator Legarda pointed out, magde-deteriorate sa mga half-lives nila, depende sa chemical, over hundreds or even thousands of years. Lampas pa po sa buhay nating mga tao. So just that manifestation, Mr. President, for the record, bilang paghakbang dun sa privileged speech ni Senator Legarda at para posibleng magamit po natin sa committee hearings. Mabuhay, Senator Legarda. Dagan salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today is the International Day for the Conservation of Mangroves. Mr. President, what a timely interpellation as well. Thank you. And I yield now to, of course, the Majority Leader. I thank all of the interpellators.
Thank you very much, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. We cannot agree more. And this juncture, Mr. President, I move that the privileged speech of Senator Loren Legarda, the manifestation and interpellations of our dear colleagues, be referred to the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources and Climate Change, and secondarily to the Committee on Economic Affairs. I so move, Mr. President.
I'd just like to put on record that in my many years in the Senate, and I've experienced with Senator Legarda and Senator Cayetano, they always open Congress with speeches on the environment and health. So they're spot on their advocacies. So congratulations to the ladies. Yes, Majority Leader, who is our next in line?
Yes, I move that we, from the previous question, Mr. President, to refer the speech and
Yes, there being no objection. The speech of the lady senator from Antique and Panay, we refer to the Committee on Health.
Committee, Mr. President, on
Committee on Environment and Natural Resources.
Climate Change, and
My
secondary to the
apologies.
Committee on Economic Affairs.
My apologies.
Thank you.
I'm jumping the gun on Senator Cayetano's speech.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And Economic
Mr. President,
Affairs.
Yes, Mr. President, at this juncture, Senator Pia Cayetano, the distinguished lady from Taguig, has requested that she be allowed to take the floor on a matter of personal and collective privilege. I move that we recognize Senator Pia Cayetano.
The distinguished lady senator from the city of Taguig and Metro Manila is recognized.
Thank you, ma'am. That phrase, in everything we do. Kaya nga, ang ating posturing is we are a small contributor to this concept of climate change when we talk about carbon emissions. But konektado ba yung pagtatapon ng plastic nga na number 3 tayo sa buong mundo?
Opo.
Does that contribute na also to this climate change that we're talking about?
Opo, dahil po,
tama.
saan ba galing po ang plastic? Di ba galing po sa fossil fuel?
Yun pong
Opo.
to create the plastic. How about this time the disposal of the plastic is
Una po.
in an irresponsible manner?
Yes. Una po, how do we create the plastics? Di ba po? Galing din sa fossil fuel. Now, how do we dispose of the plastics, single-use plastics? Mr. President, we have a law that is already 21 years old. That is Republic Act 9003. And the Ecological Solid Waste Management Law mandates the segregation of waste at source, recycling, and composting. And so we must not throw not just single-use plastics, but any solid, and of course, even human waste, into the wayside, because this must be segregated, and only the residual waste must be collected and thrown in environmentally engineered sanitary landfills, while food waste must go to organic compost pits, and bote, lata, plastic must be segregated and can be put in material recovery facilities which can be recycled. Sabi nga po nila, may pera sa basura. At meron pong mga LGUs, even barangays, that gain from this. Example, Barangay Holy Spirit, nakailang award na po sila sa Quezon City.
Yes.
In Quezon City, maraming mga barangay, ang gaganda, kababaihan ng mga proyekto na nakikinabang po sa pagresikulo ng mga plastic at ng bote. And this is all connected. I think, name me an industry and hahanapin natin ng koneksyon sa ating kapaligiran at sa ating pagbabago po ng klima.
Kaya nga po, tama po yan. That's why I would like to congratulate the Speaker for shepherding the passage of the Paris Agreement Treaty. I was once upon a time chairman of the Foreign Relations.
Yes, sir.
Hindi pala madali magpasa din ng treaty dito sa Senado. Mahirap-hirap yun, kaya congratulations. And of course, that other law, mentioned by, authored and sponsored by Senator Villar. Kasi nga, Senator Cynthia Villar, this time pala, when we mention Senator Villar, we have to distinguish. How do they want to be distinguished? May we know?
By saying their first name.
By saying the first name. So, by Senator Cynthia Villar, yung extended producers responsibility on plastic. So, nakita po natin konektado lahat kasi nga lahat nga ng kilos natin ay makakaapekto ng klima. Is this, sabi niyo po sa speech niyo kasi we should heed the call of science. Is this already established science? That it is human behavior which caused climate change?
Yes, Mr. President, that's contained in the IPCC report, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, the 6th assessment report, and even previous reports of the IPCC. As you know, the IPCC is a body that is composed of scientists from all over the world, and in fact, a handful of scientists are Filipinos from UP Los Baños, and some of them have been my consultants from previous Senates way back, more than 10 years ago, yes.
But do we agree, Mr. President, that some scientists dispute this? Is that correct, Mr. President?
Mr. President, by now, I don't think any scientists would dispute it because, as I said, the IPCC report said that the cause of climate change relating to human action is based on science and unequivocal. They use the word unequivocal. But of course, we cannot deny the fact that there are scientists, politicians, persons, groups who may think otherwise and may lobby against the science that leads to the causes of climate change. There was, I don't want to mention his name, an elected U.S. president who did not believe too much on climate. Yes, so I hope he never goes back to. Anyway, so Mr. President, so there are non-believers. I'm not about to give them time on this platform, Mr. President, but all I can say is that coming from a vulnerable nation like the Philippines, having gone through Yolanda and Ondoy and Sendong and Pablo and Odette, we see firsthand, sabi nga ni Senator Bong Revilla, ang mas nakakaramdam ng epekto ng pagbabago ng klima ay ang mga mahihirap. Yung nakatira sa tabing ilog at tabing dagat o nakatira sa mga tuktok ng bundok. Nakikita natin ang epekto.
Correct.
Ano ang dapat gawin? Adaptation. Maybe in a subsequent speech, I can talk about easy-to-do, everyday climate adaptation measures that we can adopt, which we can adopt the adaptation measures na pang-araw-araw po natin kayang gawin.
Tama po yan. I agree, Mr.